Interesting. You are intruder. You destroyed other intruders. Destroying of intruders is a job for guardians. You destroyed intruders. Therefore, you are a guardian. How may I assist you, guardian? Tell me where the treasure is. What are you? I am a guardian. You are a guardian. We are guardians. Nothing else is known. Who made you? The Great Master made me. I protect him now. The Great Master is behind me. Ah, the skeleton. Right. You mean the skeleton? The Great Master takes many forms. Once he walked and talked. Now he is in silent meditation. Insight. Your master summoned me to gather his belongings. Instead, let's try asking. Can I touch your master? I protect the Great Master. I do my job. You do not act like a guardian. Maybe you are an intruder. Intruders must find death. You must die, intruder. That's what I was afraid of. Right then. Instead, I'm going to try to tuck and roll to get to the body. Golems, as Victor knows, usually have a control rod. First, I need to get him to focus on Dorna. Ow. Nope. No control rod, That's unfortunate. Other nice things, though, but nothing that Victor can focus on just yet. Alright, I guess we're killing ourselves a shield guardian. Oh, I don't have that equipped, no wonder. If we even can. This might be a reloading moment. Oh great, it's immune. That's a problem. Yeah, I think we've already lost. It regenerates as well, I think. Yeah. No, we've lost this. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and reload. Good thing I just saved. Alright. Oh, I'm in one room behind, though. Okay. I will be right back in that case. Alright, and we're back. Let's try that insight option this time. What are you? Who made you? You mean the skeleton. Insight. Your master summoned me to gather his belongings. But the Great Master is here. But the Great Master does summon guardians. This is ineffable. I would ask the Great Master, but I do not wish to disturb his rest. We shall wait until he awakens. The Master is in a hurry and wants me to take something off his body. Commands contradictory. Insufficient guidelines. Mission aborted. Well, it might have just short-circuited, but it worked at least. And on the body, a necklace of fireballs. Once its true nature had been perceived, this necklace appears as a golden chain from which hangs a large number of golden spheres. The spheres are detachable by the wearer, who can easily hurl them over long distances. When a sphere arrives at the end of its trajectory, it bursts into a magic fireball. Different spheres do different amounts of damage. The more damage a sphere deals, the bigger it is. Many such devices have been created by wizards across Faerun, and this particular device bears no distinguishing marks to identify its creator. Now, as nice as that is, it's probably something he'll sell. This jar contains an ointment to turn stone to flesh, but only on a creature that was once flesh already. One charge use, huh? Interesting. Anti-petrification, essentially. And a ring of magic defenses. This potent defensive ring Oh, these potent defensive rings are much in demand in urban areas, where duels between rival spellcasters are unfortunately common. Armed with one of these items, even a relatively inexperienced caster can withstand the attack of an archmage, albeit briefly. Huh. That might actually be something worth wearing. Take the Ring of Scholars off, replace it with that. We'll switch out anytime we need to identify something, and his standard isn't enough. Yeah, it's broken now. Fair enough. He could have tried to persuade it to fight with him, but he's fairly certain it wouldn't have worked out that way. It seems already to have been fairly limited in its decision-making skills.
Well, have a look at this.
Well then, interesting. Secret door. Alright now, lad, let's be careful. We've already learned the hard way that not all these places are somewhere we want to be. Yes, I know. Oh, lovely. Basilisks. I feel like you were correct, Donna. Well, no damn shit. Alright, hopefully that doesn't petrify them. I'm going to stay a nice distance away and spam them with lightning bolts. Man, they're getting some nice rolls, I'm glad. Holy crap, there are so many of them. For those that aren't aware, petrification is permanent, which is why I'm keeping my distance. Thankfully, I'm out of range. Okay, how many are left? 3? This must be a nest or something, because that's... Usually you're lucky to find one. Yeesh. Okay. Almost there. See, it got harmony. Poor thing's frozen solid now. Okay, last one. Yeesh. Oh wait, don't do that. I'm point buffing myself. If I had to buff myself, they're too close. Okay, looks like it's out of petrification abilities. I'm sorry, Harmony. It's alright, I'll unsummon you. You'll be able to recover back in your pocket dimension. Ugh. Well, I probably should have listened to you closer. Well, no shit, lad. Trying to fight those things without looking them in the eyes is almost impossible. Well, I'm impressed, though. You certainly managed it. Aye, well, I'm having a heart attack the entire time. One misstep and you die is not the way to fight. Well, more than usual, I mean. It's a Sphinx statue. That seems oddly placed. Oh, and of course it's locked. God. Alright. Well, I mean, I guess the enchantment bonus means I can do this. I will cut this out. Talk about immersion breaking. Definitely need to talk to Beamdog about this. Alright, got that. Wasn't anything special in there. Alright. Sphinx statue, huh? The statue is unusually lifelike and appears to be carved from a rock you've never seen before. The amount of dust indicates it was placed here after the city fell. Well, that seems unusual. but considering this is a basilisk den, we're going to say that he figures this out, especially since there's more than one usage on this ointment. Alright, now, lad, that might not have been a good idea. What if it's not oh. Well, we've done it now. You've done it. I take no part in this. Gur yevokdak zigvuch kintai. I have no idea what you just said. I'm fluent in many languages, but that is not one of them. My apologies, human one. The shock of my transition from stone to flesh caused me to revert to my native tongue. May I be so presumptuous as to ask the name of my benefactor? I'm Victor von Ries. Victor von Rye. What is your name? Pleasant to meet you, Victor. I am... Oh. Mirix Moffat. I imagine that such a name is hard on your tongue, so if you wish, you may call me Mir. Did you have much trouble annihilating those marauding lizards with their petrifying gaze? It was a close battle, considering one misstep and we all died. Obviously, you had less trouble than I did, so I am impressed. I do not easily impress. I am afraid that my lair is in terrible disrepair, so I have none of the proper amenities to entertain guests. I can offer you answers to any questions you might have, or we can play a rousing game of good riddles. Victor's having flashbacks to Rizzy. Oh, and I do have a reward for you, if you are interested. I think you would appreciate the magical device that makes power stones. I have some questions for you, if you don't mind. I feel obligated to answer any questions you have. What would you ask? Why are you here? I thought Sphinx preferred to be able to fly. I flew here several years ago, looking for a home. There was a crack in the ground, so I landed to inspect it. If it was a cave, or not. The earth crumbled under my feet, and I fell into this ancient ruin. When I regained my feet, if not my dignity, I looked around and decided that this would make a perfect lair. I cast a spell to keep out unwanted company and began to rearrange this part of the ruin as my new home. It was only after I moved in that I discovered the existence of the secret door leading out into the rest of the ruin, but the door was too small for me to fit through, so I simply left it alone. Is that how the basilisk got in? Actually, the basilisk got in the same way I did. I was out hunting and came back dragging a nice freshly killed camel. I was so happy with my burden that I didn't even notice that more of the rock had fallen in. I heard the hiss of one of the creatures and noticed the rock on the floor. I backed slowly towards the wall, hoping to get a better defensive position, and then I looked at my foes. The last thing I remember is a pair of green eyes. I am thinking that if the roof might continue to collapse, I will want to be moving. Anything else? Do you know anything about these ruins? I never could fit through the diminutive hidden door, so I could hardly launch an expedition into the ruins myself. There was a journal in this room, which I read, though I no longer see it. The stupid basilisks probably ate it. Anyway, it was the journal of a Nethris mage who was doing research and creating traps to protect the portal. Although I doubt it still exists, he did mention an orb which could absorb 3 defensive spells and then turn into a magical staff. The staff could then cast all 3 back at you at once. Did he say anything else? I've already figured out the staff's puzzle. He seems to have liked spheres because he created a magical ball that could help activate the portal. How do I activate the portal? That's actually quite key to my current objective. Apparently, there's a crystal ball near the portal that shows which button must be pressed next. The problem with this system, at least according to the maker of the crystal ball, is that the architects of the portal room made each room with a button look exactly the same. I would assume that were you to find a way to distinguish each room, you could figure out the proper pattern for activation. How did you learn this? You read the journal. Um, could you help me defeat the Sladi that have invaded these ruins? Well, he can't fit, but he might have another option. I know that I was turned to stone for a while, and I have not had the time for a proper grooming, or even just to look in a mirror. But perhaps you could answer a question for me. Did something along... Did someone come along with the... while I was a statue and paint the word gullible on my forehead? No, I will not go fight some powerful extraplanar creatures just minutes after being turned to flesh. Thank you very much. It was worth a shot. At least he's got common sense. Aye, more sense than we have, it would seem. That's all the questions I have, then. What shall we do now? I do not enjoy riddles at all. I will... Perhaps there'll be a reward in it, though, if we impress him. But Victor is not too concerned. We need to discuss my reward. You mentioned something about a power stone? Of course, you might have already discovered the apparatus in the next room, or not, but I sense that it still works, so you have not used it yet. I studied the device for quite a while, intending to use it myself. Unfortunately, I could never actually decide what the most useful combinations of powers might be. As a reward, I will tell you how to operate this bit of Netherese magic, to create a power stone of great power. That sounds a bit redundant, but promising. How does it work? There are two urns. The one on the right is for choosing an offensive power for your stone. The one on the left is to choose a defensive power. The trick is you have to have the right number of each component in both urns before it will work. Once you are ready, just use the device and it will make your stone. The components are listed on the pillars around the room. Each pillar will tell you about the number and type of components you need for a power. I think I deserve more. No, that's more than enough for Victor. What are the components, out of curiosity? I'm certain you can figure that out on your own. Just read the instructions on the pillars. Things like belladonna roots and rubies. I guess I'll go try that then, thank you. I plan on relocating as soon as we are done conversing, so if you have anything else you wish to say or ask, please do so now. I'll be going now, thank you for your time. And I shall be leaving as well. It is time to find myself a new lair. Maybe I shall head back south to see if any of my relatives still live. Looking for some cute Sphinx cousins. Good luck, sir. And to you also, friend. Well, that went a lot better than I thought it would. Yes, well, I suppose, but Sphinx are good aligned creatures. I'm not too surprised. It also seems like all those little knickknacks you've been keeping will actually come in handy. They're components, and yes, apparently. I'm also wary of more basilisk, however, so let's be careful. Aye. No basilisk. It seems they weren't able to get past the door. Let's see what each component does then, shall we? There's an old inscription on this obelisk. The language is unfamiliar, but further study could possibly reveal its nature. Attempt to translate the runes. Success. The gift of the fairy can really be fun when used on the ugh. Had a throat problem. When used on the offense, your opponents, it will stun. But defensively used, and even when you attack, you will be seen by no one. So invisibility on defensive, or stun on offensive. There's an old inscription on this obelisk. The language is unfamiliar, but further study could... Okay. 10 tongues of a creature from some other plane can be used to destroy your foe in an instant of pain. But 6 in defense, wards from air, earth, water, and flame. So resist elements, or harm, perhaps? It's hard for Victor to say. The blood of the dragon, the worst kind of foe, when joined in your offense, backwards your opponents will blow so gust of wind. Defensively used, your skin will harden against all woe, or stone skin. When 4 of the sweet belladonna roots grow, those who attack you can be made slow. But join 6 of the roots in a defensive way, and the pace of your own steps will grow. Haste. Oop. Bump the mic again. Gotta love it. I'm very professional. When fiery eye of the growing ruby becomes the attacker's friend, then with the item thus created burn your enemies, bring their end, fireball. But join its power with the mighty defender, and your enemy's magic will bend, or resist magic perhaps. When thrice the ruby's power is joined with the urn of great attack, then all your enemies will burn, no power you will lack. Or cast your cares into the air, for with defense it turns your foe's greatest magic back. Or redirect magic, perhaps, I guess, the defensive. Well, I don't have any rubies, so those aren't an option. But he has kept basically everything else. He's got dragon blood. Oh, you know what? I think this is the perfect opportunity to explain how his cloak is empowered. Yeah, I like this idea. Okay, so I will be making a little short story with this. So it'll be another slideshow, mini-sode. It'll be in between the main episodes. Don't worry, it's not going to replace anything on the dailies. But yeah, with that though, that means I have some storytelling to write, and I like this idea. So I will see you guys then. Hello everyone, and thank you for watching. If you enjoy my videos and don't want to miss out on future content, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification button. If you'd like to support me on a more personal level, offer recommendations, chat with me, or vote on future series, then consider becoming one of my patrons on Patreon. Thank you once again for all your support, and I can't wait to see you in the next chapter of our story.